Everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a 2-page layout using the Hello Darlin scrapbooking workshop from Close to My Heart. I absolutely love everything about this collection. I am a sucker for red, white, and blue and everything 4th of July. And that is definitely the vibe it kind of gives off. So with the scrapbooking workshop, I explain it all the time. That's kind of why I've spread these workshops out over the 3 months of the catalog, just so I don't kind of bombard everyone with the workshops. So you get everything you need to complete 3 12 by 12 layouts. There are some specialty papers sometimes in the workshops, plus there are some die cuts. You can kind of see behind my paper cutter there's that star. That is kind of like a die cut sheet. You just punch out the die cuts, and that is kind of an additional embellishment. You also get the sticker sheet and the papers, and then the photo placeholders, which are nice as well, because with this particular layout, I don't have any of my photos printed yet, and so it was just nice to be able to kind of know what I was going to scrapbook, have kind of photos in mind, and then just use the photo placeholders. So this part was not on the instruction sheet for the scrapbooking workshop. However, I love a good red paper, and so I definitely wanted to gut that middle so that I could use it on another layout. So depending on how you use the scrapbooking workshop, you will usually have products left over. So I will have these squares left over. There's stickers that are left over and that sort of a thing. Not usually the extra embellishments, unless I changed the layouts drastically. Those are not usually left over, but definitely some sticker sheets. So I am now kind of cutting the strips so that they will just kind of fit underneath. Again, preserving, I guess, maybe hoarding that paper there. Instead of wasting that entire kind of 12-inch length, I probably cut it in 1.25 inches maybe and just tucked it underneath there. With the instructions, it will show you exactly kind of how far from the top to place it, how far in to place it. So that is really nice with these workshops. And I'm sorry for everybody who's listened to my spiel on other workshops, but it's just a great reminder. This one here, I'm pretty sure I kept pretty similar. However, I did end up doing 2 3x4 photos here instead of 1 4x6. I just had too many photos to try to get into or onto this layout. So that just worked better for me and just took up just as much space, but just added an extra photo. So I think that's really the only change I make with this this project. These stars were part of the die cut, and they will actually have kind of what project they are for behind on the back side. So where I'm taping, it'll say like project 2. And so once you kind of get everything, I guess maybe the base done, it'll just say kind of embellish kind of based on that photo. And so there's really no rhyme or reason. I mean, you can't really get it wrong. It is what it is. You can personalize it as much as you want or follow the directions to a T. It's kind of all up to you, which I think is great. I know some makers will just buy it for the extra stuff and just put together their own layouts. And then I usually kind of try to do a little of both. A lot of times I will follow the directions to a certain point, but then sometimes I need to kind of rethink it based on the photos that I have. So that's another great thing, that you can just personalize them to what you want. I think this would be great for somebody just starting out, just because the layouts are amazing and it's just really easy to follow the instructions. I know if I am kind of in a slump too, this is a great way to kind of get back into that crafty mojo, I guess, just because it's, you know, you're back in your crafty space, but not really thinking. And so I think that's another great time to use these as well. Unfortunately, I wanted to dig right in and highlight all of these for you. All 3 of these will be on my YouTube channel between April and June. That's when the current catalog is, and then all 3 of the Hey Handsome scrapbooking workshop layouts will be up on my channel, spread out throughout the 3 months as well. And there's a few other layouts using just the collections, not the scrapbooking workshop, for both collections that are on my channel. I'll try to kind of link them up above for you, but the 2 primary ones that I'm using are the Hello Darlin and the Hey Handsome collections. I think those 2 are really great in this current catalog. So there are actually some acrylic pieces and some paperboard pieces. The Celebrate, I think, is the paperboard. There were some red acrylic kind of firework pieces. Again, I'm just kind of placing them based on what is on the photo in the instruction sheet. This here, I must have, I don't know, I should have, I think, put that scallop paper first. That is for some journaling, and I couldn't lift up that bottom kind of point of the star, so I just had to overlap it, which is fine. This here is the shimmer pen. I'm pretty sure it's sapphire. And I love those. Those are a great way to add splatters without kind of having to get out some plastic, add some water. You can just kind of prime it and then do the splatters that way. So I ended up using that. It adds a little bit of shimmer too. And then moving on to page 2, I'm just going to follow the instructions again. Just adding them to, those are kind of going to be the borders for the photos. So once those are placed, then I can add the photo placeholders to those. And again, just love this. This one this might actually be my favorite of the 3. It works so well with the photos that I want to use. I'm going to use I think the 2 photos on page 1 are my son at the parade, and then the 4 photos on page 2 are from a family get-together that we had, and so it just works so well together. And I'm a sucker for 4th of July. It is one of my favorite holidays. Red, white, and blue, love that. Happens to be my high school colors, and that's where my kids go to. So yeah, anything red and white and blue, I am all for it. So once I get the photo placeholders down, I am going to just embellish based on what I see on that photo of the layout. I love all of the stars and kind of the fireworks kind of embellishments. And then again, it's just so easy to just look at it and place it where you want to. I think that's one thing I like too, that, you know, I can switch it up. I know I mentioned it before, but it's just so nice to be able to switch it up, but not really have to think about it too much. And so I'm just going to scatter the stars all over. Again, they will kind of, on the die cut, like the punch outs, they have which project each of them goes with. So it's really easy kind of to line them all up as well. And I love the mixture of the embellishments. The sticker, the die cuts, there in this collection particularly, there's the paperboard and the acrylic pieces. So just so many different options for embellishing with these, which I love. You know, not all of them will have the paperboard or the acrylic pieces, but they are definitely becoming more common, I guess, in these workshops. So, and the workshops are not just limited to scrapbooking. There are card making workshops, and I actually just did a card using a card making workshop, and I switched out the papers. So I wanted to do a thank you card and use the Hey Handsome, which is a masculine collection. I used that card making workshop because I absolutely love the stamp and think cuts that came with that, but changed it up and used the mix in paper from this month. So I will link that video as well, and then I will link this collection down below for you. You don't have to just get the scrapbooking workshop there. You can just get the papers or the paper and the sticker sheets. The embellishments you can get as well. So I'll link everything down below for you. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.